We played games, watched Trolls World Tour, and loved getting to stroll around Dream Camp. Then, after a long weekend, I got to give my first speech, and that's the theme for the year, our motto, our food and drink, and what our pledges would be known as. It was the perfect way to start our year together. Travelogue, August 21st, 2021. Fresh and I went to Tacoma to celebrate Mrs. Wiggins, the worthy Grand Matron of Washington Eastern Star. It was a beautiful reception, and I loved getting to celebrate this tenacious woman. Travelogue, September 11th, 2021. This weekend, I traveled to Port Angeles to celebrate Mr. Wheeler, the worthy Grand Patron of Washington Eastern Star. His reception was so much fun, and we loved getting to support Mr. Wheeler on his day of celebration. Travelogue, September 12th, 2021. Whoa, I just got back from the color walk, and oh my goodness, it was so much fun. Color was everywhere, and after our 5K, we got to throw even more color and find out that we raised over $14,000 for Page Ahead. Travelogue, September 16th through the 18th, 2021. I jumped in my car and I traveled all the way to Portland, Idaho for Idaho Grand Lodge. We had a lot of fun meeting the Masons Idaho, congratulating their new Grand Master and exploring the area. It was the first of many trips over to that side of our jurisdiction, and it was very enjoyed. Travelogue, September 20th, 2021. I visited Page Ahead headquarters for the first time. We learned all about the impact that we would have on the children who benefit from this children's literacy program, and we got to tell them about the money that was raised at the color walk. Travelogue, September 25th, 2021. The time came for my first district official visit, and it was a big one. This was Northwest Washington, and we did what I like to call a triple I: initiation, institution, and installation. All that was on top of the official visit. It was a nerve-wracking day, but when all was said and done, it was a day I will never forget, and I feel so lucky to get to be a part of Schedule number 163's history. Travelogue, October 1st through the 3rd, 2021. It's New Members Camp! I loved getting to meet so many of our newest members at our Possible Camp. Many outstanding lessons were learned: how to bake cookies, what it's like to attend an event outside of your assembly, an introduction to learning the ritual. It was such a memorable weekend with Woody and Buzz. Travelogue, October 8th through the 10th, 2021. It's the fall J-Rep retreat. I love getting to spend time with our curious career jurisdictional representatives. These young women represent places all over the world. Can you believe it? Traveling to Dream Camp for this retreat was a whole lot of fun, and I enjoyed hearing about how they have been communicating all around the world so far. Travelogue, October 15th through the 17th, 2021. I'm back at Pots of Gold, but this time it's for the Grand Executive Committee retreat. We discussed many important topics regarding the direction of the jurisdiction, and we bonded and enjoyed making meals for each other. It was an enlightening weekend. Travelogue, October 24th, 2021. Today I got to ride on a boat. We took the ferry over to Bremerton for Kitsap County's Twilight-themed official visit. They did a beautiful ceremony, and I loved getting to learn the differences between Mrs. Downing, me, and characters from the Twilight series. #team member. I flew over to the east side for Central North Central and Eastern Washington official visit on November 6th, 2021. Things are really picking up now. At Central North Central, we had a tailgate. We played cornhole, ate mac and cheese and hot dogs, and enjoyed spending time together. After the Central North Central official visit, we drove to Kennewick for an extremely fun video game-themed official visit in Eastern Washington. This district did the pledge ceremony and impressed us all with their outstanding video game-themed decorations. Oh, and I totally won Mario Kart. Mrs. Brunson definitely didn't beat me at the last minute, because that would be super embarrassing. So we all agree I won, right? Good? Good. Travelogue, November 13th, 2021. Who else loves pineapples? Well, I know for sure Olympic Peninsula does. At this official visit, we participated in 7 different service opportunities, then celebrated in Hawaiian style. Everyone who attended this event received an hour of service, a ton of great memories. I got to say, the Hawaiian shirts were an awesome fashion statement, totally Weird Al vibes. Suddenly, we were ditching the Hawaiian shirts and changing to 1920s style dresses for the gala. This was an outstanding auction that helped to raise money for our various jurisdictional programs. Travelogue, November 14th, 2021. We got back super late after the gala, but guess what? I themed official visit, and boy was that fun. We ate pie, searched for Snoopy, and enjoyed gathering to celebrate the Thanksgiving season. Then we went to Lake Washington for their pirate-themed official visit, where we sailed the 7 seas of Rainbow. We also learned how to stage fight. Those are some helpful skills, let me tell you. Then, after a short night of sleep, we went down to Centralia for Southwest Washington's official visit, which was a sports theme. We loved playing Bunko at the Sophie and getting our tickets drawn to win prizes. On the drive home after the weekend, I couldn't stop smiling. Then, it was time for a break. I got to enjoy Thanksgiving with my family and relax for a week, until I was on the road again. So, Travelogue, December 4th, 2021. It's the Pierce County official visit. This Polar Express themed official visit was a perfect way to celebrate the upcoming holiday season. I also loved getting to experience the parade. It was such a fun way to celebrate and share rainbow with the community. Once the Pierce County opening was over, all of the tenacious Seattle Grandies took on the flight-attendant beaches and hit the road for our annual holiday party. At this party, we learned how to make sugar cookies, and lemon cookies, we played games, had different house decorating contests, crafts, bonded house, red apple, watched the branch, and learned kindergarten song. Phew, that was a lot to share, and especially a lot to experience. We all had a wonderful time getting to know each other and getting to celebrate the season. And that really marked the end of my big travels over the fall. The next few weeks of a break were very appreciated, and I loved getting to go back to Bethel for some events with my assembly home sisters. That being said, my almost 2-month break was not uneventful. I was extremely busy starting the pony book, touching bases on the next half of the year, holding quite a few virtual meetings, and more. Then suddenly, we were back on the road. Travelogue, February 12th, 2022. It's our first Grand Officer reception of the year, and we drove down to Centralia to honor our jurisdictional mom and dad, Mrs. Brunson and Uncle Donnie. It started at 6:28 p.m., a mix of their 2 birthdays, and it was cruise themed. I loved getting to celebrate our jurisdictional parents and visit with others from throughout the year. This was a perfect event to get us back out and traveling. Travelogue, February 19th, 2022. We traveled to Port Orchard to honor the Kitsap County Grand Officers. They all shared beautiful messages and looked gorgeous in their reception dresses. This Friends-themed GOR was extremely fun. After it was over, we took down our wiglets, changed our attire, and went to DeMolay Leaders Ball. Yeah. We danced the night away and took a million fun pictures. They even played Man or Muppet and Good Time for Us, which we all loved jumping out to. Travelogue, February 26th, 2022. We celebrated Pierce County and South King County Grandies on this amazing day. At Pierce County, we heard that love was in the air. The Grand Officers in this district all gave beautiful speeches and showed off their outstanding reception dresses. Then we drove over to West Seattle for their 3 Musketeers themed official visit. All 4 Grand Officers looked so cool in their matching capes, and their speeches were extremely impactful. It was quite a fun and celebratory day. Travelogue, March 5th to the 6th, 2022. More Grand Officer receptions, and this time we had 3 of them in 2 days. We started at Lake Washington, where we celebrated their magical Grandies at a Harry Potter-themed Grand Officer reception. They all gave beautiful speeches and truly showed how magical they were. After this, we went to the Grandies and Tiaras GOR, honoring the Snow King Grandies. Who would have thought that toddlers and tiaras themed GOR could be so fun? The next day, we went up to Ferndale to celebrate Northwest Washington's Grand Officer at her 80s themed GOR. She looked stunning in her astrology-themed dress and gave an equally amazing speech. After this weekend, I was ready to sleep for a week. But Travelogue, March 11th through the 12th, 2022. Before I knew it, I was on a flight to Idaho with Captain Marvel. Well, actually, it was over in leadership, but she was representing Captain Marvel for her Leaders Assemble, soar higher, further, and faster with leadership camp theme. This was the first of 3 leadership camps, and it was so fun. Travelogue, March 17th, 2022. Did you know that you can travel anywhere in the world with just a handful of bricks? Well, I didn't, until I attended Washington Grand Court, and I learned that all it took was a couple of Legos, and I would get transported into another world. I loved getting to spend some time with Amaranth and learn all about what they do. Travelogue, March 18th through the 20th, 2022. I'm back at Pots of Gold, and this time I'm joined by all of the tenacious sea turtles and friendly flight attendant pages. After a day and a half of workshops, watching The Amazing Spider-Man, and bonding, the friendly flight attendant pages found out who their March 25th to the 27th, 2022. The Spring JR retreat happened so quickly, I couldn't believe it. All of our curious couriers had great updates about their various communications around the world, and we also enjoyed getting to learn some lessons, complete some puzzles, and bond. It was a blast. Travelogue, April 1st to the 2nd, 2022. No, this isn't an April Fool's joke. I'm in Idaho for the Halloween-themed Snake River official visit. Due to COVID, the OAID had to be moved to the day before their due are, but they kept their original Halloween theme that they had, and I'm so glad they did. Celebrating Halloween on April Fool's Day just fits so well. We all showed up in our costumes and played a ton of Halloween-themed games. Then, suddenly, Mrs. Dunn had an announcement, and she said I would be acting Supreme Service at Supreme Sunday in Oklahoma this year. I quickly rerouted my travel plans for July. This is an opportunity I would never miss. On April 2nd, we gathered in Boise for the Snake River Grand Officer Reception, celebrating their 3 extremely talented grandies. They looked beautiful dressed in blue and gave speeches that made me tear up. Then it was time to get on the plane and fly back home. Travelogue, April 6th, 1922. Wait, I'm so sorry, that was a typo. That should say 2022. April 6th, 1922 was when Rainbow was founded, which means it's Rainbow's 100th birthday? Oh my gosh. I sped down to South County to celebrate with them at a district visit. Their birthday party was a blast. I loved getting to celebrate 100 years of Rainbow with my Rainbow sisters. Travelogue, April 9th to the 12th, 2022. I'm flying again, passing over Northern California, when I suddenly had to land the plane with my navigator crushed into a few tenacious sea turtle crew members. We saw a gorgeous field of orange flowers and young ladies in blue dresses, and we knew exactly where we were. Celebrating the adventure of a lifetime in California View in 2022 with Guacamole and all of her milestone-making meerkats. Then, without warning, a bunch of wolves showed up on Saturday night. Turns out that those were just the 2022-2023 pioneering Wolfpack Grand Officers getting ready to begin their time exploring all the opportunities waiting for them. How cool! This weekend was full of a lot of fun, maybe a little bit too much laughter, and great memories. Travelogue, April 21st to the 24th, 2022. Did you know that explorers got invites to movie premieres? Yeah, me neither. But I got an invite in the mail, and I just couldn't pass it up. SNC Curtis was shining the spotlight on leadership with the members of Washington D. at Great Wolf Lodge, and it was so much fun. The movie was spectacular, and on Saturday night, they brought in a musical act, and I found out it would be sticking around all year long. The newly installed 2022-2023 SNC-80 and his Corps are sure to continue to remind us that it's important to don't stop believing in Washington, D. Travelogue, April 30th through May 1st, 2022. In the blink of an eye, due to our season is coming to a close, I drove back to the east side to celebrate our Eastern Washington and Central North Central Grand Officers. On Saturday, we were getting totally westernified with the Rainbow Route Scheme 2R. I felt like I was back in Texas. Then, on Sunday, we drove to Yakima for their Criminal Minds Scheme 2R, and wow, this was so much fun. All the Grand Officers over the weekend had beautiful gowns and gave inspiring and vulnerable speeches that I will not soon forget. Travelogue, May 7th, 2022. Picture this. I'm flying over Edmonds, Washington, then my gas light comes on, so I like to refuel. I checked my cargo and I realized that somebody stole my walk around. I couldn't stand for this, especially since it was time for my Grand Worthy Advisor's reception, so we went to the Nile Shrine and solved the Muppet mystery of who stole the crown. It ended up being Miss Piggy. Not cool. But you know what was really cool? Seeing so many members of the jurisdiction gather together for the Grand Worthy Advisor's reception. The amount of love and support in that room was overwhelming, and it made me cry multiple times. It was a day that surpassed all of my dreams and became one of my favorite memories of my lifetime. Travelogue, May 13th through the 14th, 2022. I'm at House of Gold for leadership camp. Captain Mark has done a really good job putting these camps together. It's so much fun to get to share about self-care, confidence, and being yourself with my co-captain Taylor. But then suddenly, the Avengers signal goes off on Saturday. It sounded like boom, 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 boom. Come to find out, Travelogue, May 14th through the 15th, 2022. It wasn't the Avengers call symbol. It was the heartbeat of service, calling us to Winston, Oregon to celebrate Grand Worthy Advisor Jessica at her Grand Worthy Advisor's reception. So we carpooled down and then showed up to the wildlife safari. It a room full of legendary leopards in the Nevada Grand family for 2022-2023. Waukegan is going to have such a good time with these Grammys. I can already tell. Travel log, June 23rd, 2022. I finally found it! Paradise! It took a lot of exploring, but I landed on a beautiful island with palm trees, pineapples, robes, capes, crowns. Wait, I totally know what I found. Joey Paradise! I love getting to attend Joe's Daughters Grand Session and to learn all about Joe's Daughters. Travel log, June 25th through 27th, 2022. We drove over to Kennewick in eastern Washington for a district meeting and to celebrate their page and jurisdictional representatives. The next day, we hit the road for Wenatchee, arriving just in time to see snow in June. We thought that we had accidentally crossed the equator, but we double-checked and we were in Wenatchee. We were just surrounded by the winter wonderland produced by the Washington Grand Chapter. We attended the banquet, then the next day we got to get the ceremony of color and see those snowflakes in action. Travel log, July 5th, 2022. I just took off for the biggest part of my exploration yet. This is sure to be an amazing few days, and then my journal goes blank. Wow, that's been quite the year of traveling. In fact, I traveled over 19,000 miles, which, fun fact, is over 75% of the way around the world. And I slept a total of 68 days, over 2 months, outside of my own home. During my travels, I decided to do some reading, and I read a total of 3,535 pages, which may not sound like a lot, but when you're traveling constantly and you have motion sickness, well, I was proud of myself. Throughout the year, my navigator crush and I filmed updates called Turtle Talks. This was a fun way to communicate with everybody about our travels and talk about what was coming up. We even found ways that our friends in other jurisdictions, enjoy watching Turtle Talks. This was definitely one of our favorite parts of our travels. We also hosted 5 Worthy Advisors, Worthy Associate Advisors workshops, where we continued the meetings created by junior cast World Explorer / Rockstar Aria. I met with the Worthy Advisors and Worthy Associate Advisors, and we discussed what leadership looks like, how to make membership events. We learned about our Assembly Centennial celebrations, learned about intergenerational communication, and we discussed what respect looks like. These meetings were extremely successful. During my travels, I also got to work on leadership skills with the members of Washington, Idaho Rainbow. I traveled to every assembly in the fall and every district in the spring. We set SMART goals to address areas of improvement